When choosing a lawyer to represent you, it's just as important to know what to avoid as it is to know what to look for. About the red flags and pitfalls to steer clear of when engaging a lawyer. Number one is lack of specialization, which means journalists avoid lawyers who claim to handle every type of case without a clear area of specialization. Legal issues can be complex and you need someone who has deep knowledge and experience in the specific area of law relevant to your case. You should avoid lawyers who are poor in communication and are unresponsive to your calls and emails. Such lawyers are difficult to reach and do not return calls and emails promptly and can cause delays and frustration. As effective communication successful attorney-client relationship. You should avoid a lawyer to represent you. It's just as important to know what to avoid as it is to know what to look for. About the red flags and pitfalls to steer clear of when engaging a lawyer. Number one is lack of specialization, which means journalists avoid lawyers who claim to handle every type of case without a clear area of specialization. Legal issues can be complex and you need someone who has deep knowledge and experience in the specific area of law relevant to your case. You should avoid lawyers who are poor in communication and are unresponsive to your calls and emails. Such lawyers are difficult to reach and do not return calls and emails promptly and can cause delays and frustration. As effective communication is a key to a successful attorney-client relationship. You should avoid lawyers who give vague explanations and do not come to the courts on the date of hearing, and they cannot explain legal options or the possible outcomes. Lack of transparency can indicate a lack of understanding or willingness to hide potential issues. You should also avoid lawyers who promise unrealistic things about your case and outcome of it. The legal system is unpredictable and no ethical lawyer can promise a certain result. You should also avoid lawyers who advise you overly aggressive tactics, as courts can be quite sometimes really unpredictable and we really cannot predict what is going to happen in the court. You should also avoid lawyers who charge you excessive fees in the upfront despite knowing that your case doesn't have that much of legal issue or can be resolved as quick as possible. You should also think about the hidden cost while filing a suit with a certain lawyer, as few lawyers are not transparent about additional costs such as court fees, expert witness, and other administrative expenses. Unexpected charges can quickly add up and strain your finances. You should also avoid lawyers who have limited courtroom experience. You should also avoid few lawyers who have negative reputation and their clients are not happy with them as they do not appear in the court and can also miss your important hearings and do send their juniors to just take judgments and do not appear regularly. You should also avoid lawyers who have a history of disciplinary actions by bar associations. One should also avoid overworked lawyers. Lawyers who take on too many cases at once may not have the time or resources to give your case the attention it deserves. This can lead to missed deadlines or the days in which you have to file certain applications. They generally have a poor preparation and ultimately a weaker case. You should also avoid lawyers who are unprofessional and their behavior includes rudeness and disrespect to their clients. A lawyer who is rude, dismissive or unprofessional in their interaction with you or others is unlikely to represent your interest efficiently. Mutual respect is essential. You should also avoid lawyers who discuss other clients' cases or fail to maintain strict confidentiality. One should also avoid lawyers who use pressure tactics, cautious of those lawyers who pressure you into making quick decisions without fully understanding your options. You should also avoid few lawyers who have a lack of transparency and ambiguity in their billing as well as ambiguous case strategy. A lawyer who is vague about their strategy or unwilling to discuss their approach to your case may not have a clear plan which can lead to poor outcomes. Choosing the right lawyer involves not only finding the right qualities but also avoiding the wrong ones by steering clear of lawyers who exhibit these red flags, such as poor communication, lack of specialization, or unethical behavior. You can protect yourself from protection